The air in the house felt wrong, heavy with a silence that pressed against my chest like a fist. I stood in the kitchen, clutching the edge of the counter, staring at the text on my phone. Meet me at the pier, 8 p.m. Don't tell her. It was from Ryan, my wife's coworker, sent to her phone, which she'd left face up on the table. My pulse thundered in my ears, each beat a question I didn't want to ask. Why was Ryan texting her like this? Why the secrecy? The clock read 7:45. She was upstairs humming softly, oblivious to the storm brewing in my gut. I'd always trusted Lena. 10 years of marriage, 2 kids, a mortgage we could barely afford. She was my anchor. But lately, her late nights at the office, her distracted smiles, the way she'd tilt her phone away when she typed, they'd started to gnaw at me. I dismissed it as paranoia, the kind that creeps in when life gets too routine. But this text wasn't routine. It was a blade, sharp and cold, slicing through my denial. Lena. My voice cracked as I called up the stairs. The humming stopped. Her footsteps padded softly, and she appeared at the top of the staircase, her auburn hair catching the dim light like a halo. She looked so damn innocent, her green eyes wide with concern. Everything okay, Mark? She asked, her voice soft but laced with something. Guilt? Fear? I couldn't tell. I held up her phone, my hand trembling. Who's meeting you at the pier? The question hung between us, heavy as the humid August air seeping through the open window. Her face froze just for a second, but it was enough. A flicker of panic, quickly masked by a smile. What are you talking about? She descended the stairs, her movements too deliberate, like she was buying time. Let me see. I handed her the phone, watching her eyes dart over the screen. Her lips parted then closed. Oh, it's just Ryan. It's work stuff. He's got some documents I need to sign before tomorrow. At the pier? At 8. My voice was low, but it shook with the effort to stay calm. The kitchen smelled of the lasagna she'd made earlier, now cold and congealing in the pan. Domestic. Normal. A lie. She laughed, a brittle sound that didn't reach her eyes. It's not a big deal. He's just being dramatic. You know how he is. She reached for my hand, but I pulled back, the motion instinctive. Her face fell, and for a moment I felt like the villain. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe this was nothing. But I couldn't shake the image of her at the pier. The salt air tangling her hair. Ryan standing too close. I'd seen them together at her office Christmas party last year. His hand lingering on her arm, her laughter too bright. I told myself it was nothing. People flirt. It's harmless. But now the memory felt like a warning I'd ignored. I'm coming with you, I said, the words spilling out before I could stop them. Her eyes widened, and she opened her mouth to protest, but I cut her off. If it's just work, there's no reason I can't come, right? She hesitated, and that pause was a chasm opening between us. Mark, you don't need to. It's boring. You'll just be sitting there. I want to. My tone left no room for argument. She nodded, her jaw tight, and turned to grab her purse. The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by the hum of the fridge and the distant bark of a neighbor's dog. The pier was a half-hour drive, the road winding through marshlands that smelled of salt and decay. Lena stared out the passenger window, her fingers twisting the strap of her purse. I kept my eyes on the road, but my mind raced. What was I walking into? Was I about to lose everything? The thought made my throat burn. A mix of fear and rage I couldn't untangle. When we arrived, the pier was nearly deserted, the wooden planks slick with evening dew. The ocean hissed softly, a restless backdrop to the tension coiling in my chest. Ryan was already there, leaning against a railing, his silhouette sharp against the fading sunset. He straightened when he saw us, his expression shifting from surprise to something darker. Anger, maybe, or fear. Lena, what's he doing here? Ryan's voice was clipped, his eyes flicking to me like I was an intruder. He was taller than I remembered, his jaw set, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Mark wanted to come, Lena said, her voice too bright, like she was trying to smooth over a crack in glass. It's fine, right? Just work stuff. Ryan's gaze lingered on her, then slid to me. Yeah, sure. But his tone was wrong, too tight, like he was holding back a flood. I felt the weight of their shared secret, heavy as the damp air around us. Let's see these documents, I said, stepping closer. My voice was steady now, fueled by the certainty that something was wrong. Ryan hesitated, then pulled a folded envelope from his jacket. He handed it to Lena, but his eyes never left mine. She opened it, her hands shaking slightly, and pulled out a single sheet of paper. Her face paled as she read it, and she shoved it back into the envelope. "This isn't what we discussed," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the waves. "What is it?" I asked, my heart pounding. She didn't answer, just shook her head, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. Ryan stepped forward, his voice low and urgent. "Lena, we can't keep doing this. He deserves to know." "Know what?" I snapped, my patience fraying. The world seemed to tilt, the pier stretching endlessly before me. The ocean a black void waiting to swallow us whole. Lena's voice broke as she spoke, each word a shard of glass. "Mark, I've been helping Ryan. He's in trouble. Debt. Bad people. I gave him money. Our money." The words hit like a punch, stealing my breath. "Our savings. The kids' college fund. The late nights, the secretive texts. It wasn't an affair. It was worse. She'd betrayed me, not with her body but with our future." "How much?" I asked, my voice hollow. "Everything," she whispered, tears spilling down her cheeks. "I thought I could fix it. I thought I could get it back." Ryan's face twisted with guilt, but he didn't look away. "I didn't want this, Mark. She was trying to help me. It's my fault." I wanted to scream, to hit something to erase the last 10 minutes. But all I could do was stand there, the weight of her betrayal crushing me. The pier creaked beneath us, the ocean whispering secrets I'd never wanted to hear. I looked at Lena, the woman I loved, and saw a stranger. And in that moment I realized the worst part wasn't the money. It was the trust, shattered, irreparable, gone.